No, it's not a job type. It's a
How
personality.
come you got an
type.
architect?
I know, but
It's
it's
just
just
like
how you
Like an
describe
architect
it.
as in
like
a designer of
architects
something
as in
in
like
general.
like so you're an architect, you like plan out and create
He's
houses.
like, you're not an architect. He's like, I want
An
to
architect,
for
like
4
whereas
years.
I would be like an architect of life, where I'd like
Wow.
plan
Christ,
everything.
get out of your own fucking ass.
You know what I mean?
You're
though?
gonna put that on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Done a personality
Architect.
test. Architect of life.
Here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack. Welcome back, talking shit and drinking wine. Like and subscribe. Here's the crack.
How's it going, people? Welcome back to another episode of the Here's the Crack podcast. For those of you watching,
Oh my god.
we're in a bit of a different space today, but we should be back to normal next time.
I've been gone for 2 weeks.
Well,
Are you not psyched?
Too long.
we've been gone for 2 weeks too long, but yeah, just had things to do. Busy work
boys.
schedules, had to just sack it off. But here we're back again.
These
We've
things
got some
happen.
interesting topics.
Do we?
Did you cop Kevin Hart tickets? No?
No.
No?
I think we're gonna start with Kevin Hart because what the fuck?
What?
Have you tried?
We can't get tickets, eh?
Oh no, no, I'm not going. Can't afford to go.
Either are we because we
Oh,
can't
right.
get tickets.
So
How
basically,
many? He's done like 9 gigs. now,
basically the
hasn't he?
situation
it 9?
is he's played more time in Limelight than I've changed my underwear, and no one can still get tickets. I think he opened up. He done like 2 surprise gigs.
I think he done 2 gigs in Lavery's at the very start, and then he done like, I think he done like 1 in the Limelight, and now like he's done like
Yeah.
6. I think.
He's-
What do you mean surprise gigs? Like, you
So
just
I think-
drinking
so-
in Limelight and then next thing.
No.
Kevin Hart comes out?
So you booked to go to like Lavery's Comedy Club or Limelight Comedy Club, like whatever one it is, but it's a
Yeah.
bit like top secret. Do it in London. So like
Oh.
Jack Whitehall appears at some of the top secret nightclub like comedy shows where it's just like
Yeah.
he just appears and he's there, which is cool, obviously. But I think the same thing happened with Kevin Hart, where it was like,
Yeah.
oh, he just appeared and happy days, like. But then now he's actually like selling tickets on Ticketmaster, which is
Yeah.
strange, for Limelight.
Fair
So
play.
it's just like,
Fair play to Limelight for getting it done. Lah.
I think this is now like the 5th or 6th time like there's just been tickets, like Limelight have just like put up on Instagram and been like, Kevin Hart tickets for Sunday are going on sale today at 2,
Yeah.
and then it's just like, get them. So like the first time I saw them, I tried to get them, but then Halifax dicked me over with my card details, didn't get them, got through to like the queue, which is further than what most people have got. I
No,
think
I haven't even got into the queue, lah.
got through the queue, picked my tickets, 2 tickets and stuff, but then I got sent out like a new card by Halifax, so it hadn't been activated.
New
So I was
card?
a new card.
Wow.
So I was putting
Sign
in,
up on that. Signing up the Holocaust.
so I was putting
now.
in my card details and wouldn't accept them, and instead of just like putting it through my Monzo or something, I just kept trying, and the 2 minutes ran out and it chucked me out, and that was it. Anyway, sad times. And then the other day I tried to get them, but waited in a queue and bish bash bosh.
Did you see the first time it was announced? I was like, "This is bullshit." lah. Like when it was first announced, like I
Yeah.
think
Oh, it looked like a proper
Shane
scam.
Todd shared it, and then I think it was Belfast Live, and I was like, "This is definitely a prank." lah. But here he is. lah.
The thing that I don't get is there's this conspiracy going around now where people are like, oh, like Limelight aren't actually selling the tickets, but like it's like a venue for like 100 people,
Yeah.
and like to be fair to them, there's probably like, you imagine even people down south are probably going to try and get them as well, because
Yeah.
it's like Kevin Hart in a like an intimate.
People probably fly from England too.
Yeah, like
be
people just want to
surprised,
see him, like, but yeah, people are completely like, there's this whole conspiracy going around, and
What
people
is
are
the
pure
conspiracy theory?
like tweeting about it and all, and they're like, so the tickets aren't actually on sale. Like people think that the tickets are like just there for show, and like they've already been sold. But like Limelight are pretending which is not. I don't think is the case. I just think it's thousands of people are trying to get a show for like
Yeah.
100 people.
A guy messaged us and was like basically saying along the lines of like, out there, like he's like, apparently there's people getting like like tickets, like comedians getting tickets, lah. But like that's all.
Yeah.
Who
Like they're not
knows?
open to the public, basically.
But like, yeah, I think along the lines of like, there's getting. I think he was saying there's comedians getting allocated like a certain amount of tickets, and then there's like
Yeah.
not many going out to Ticketmaster. lah.
I don't think that would be the case.
Here,
Because I know a girl.
knows, hey?
A girl literally put up on her story today because he had tickets on sale for Sunday, wasn't it? Because you tried to get them.
Yeah, I tried to get them
Yeah,
today,
like I know a girl who just
time
put
of
them up
recording.
and got 2 tickets. Like, so
Well, how far in advance are they releasing them? Is it like the
day,
one
like
day?
they released ones today, so today's Wednesday before Sunday.
Yeah.
So it's like drop everything and.
But that happened the first time, they were like Kevin Hart tickets go on sale at like 2:00.
Yeah.
And they went on sale and everyone was like, what?
Yeah, but
Here, how famous he is that he can actually do that though. Like.
I seen a video the other day.
He could do that, and I'd say he could do that and sell out the Odyssey.
Probably.
I don't think he wants
the
to.
Odyssey hold, like?
I don't think he'll want to do the SSE or the Odyssey, whatever one you want to call it. I don't think he'll do that because that's technically classified as like an arena tour then. And like I think that's why he's doing Limelight and stuff at the minute, because he's practicing material for an arena tour. But like realistically, he could probably contact the Ulster Hall tomorrow, and the Ulster Hall would be like, yeah,
but
and a bigger venue. But then there's something quite cool about seeing Kevin Hart and like
you'd be so close to him too.
Yeah, it's a Limelight too.
Be smelling them like.
He'd probably be so tiny in a big gig.
See, that's the thing as well. That like. It's not even that big a venue.
Yeah.
Like how many seats is there?
Well, we seen Dermot Kennedy that time in Limelight, and it was tiny. Like it was.
It's just the dance floor. Isn't it?
Yeah. But did you see the video the other day? And it was him. He was outside the Europa at the pub across the Europa. What's that called? The
Crown.
The Crown.
Yeah.
He was outside it. He's filming this new film for Netflix called Lift.
Right.
And he was like walking across the street, and people were like, "Can we get a photo? Can we get a photo?" And it's like, oh, you hear like the Northern Ireland like accents, and people are. He's probably like, "What the hell is that guy saying?" But he's like, "All right, Kevin, mate, get us a wee photo, will you?" And he's like, "I can't. Sorry, man. I'm just popping across here." Like, and he's like, "Oh, Kev, give us a wee photo, Kev." But like, he's apparently dined out and like up the Lisburn Road and stuff.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
his whole family. His whole family's over.
Yeah, he put up a photo there not too long ago, and the person I work with was like, "That's Belfast Castle." And I was like, "Well, obviously he's going to be going out. Like, he'll probably be at the Causeway.
Yeah,
like you're probably going to see a picture of him out over the road, because apparently it's one of the 7 whatever wonders of the world."
Yeah, I wonder is there one's like proper waiting outside the hotel to get him?
Probably. Like,
where's he staying?
Europa.
Is he staying at the Europa?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
How do you know this? Tommy's one of the boys outside. Wait,
He's inside man. No, like Duncan was telling me.
Oh, nice.
Jinky, yes, like an.
But like,
sure,
sure,
room or just like a
that
single
video
bed?
you're on about, he's walking across the road into the Europa. Like,
Yeah.
like it's probably handy because it's the proper centre of Belfast.
Yeah, so true.
Moving on. Have you seen this new Nick Cage film coming out now?
No,
And
I
Nick Cage.
fucking hate Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas
I
Cage.
hate him.
Why?
Every movie's the
This
same
is what I want to
He's
talk about.
so
Like,
corny.
everyone
Move
was-
on the fuck.
No,
out.
fuck
I hate
that.
this shit.
Nicolas Cage has a new film out,
Fuck him.
and he plays himself in the film, and it's got
Oh, I think
it's got sick reviews, like proper, like 90% in Rotten Tomatoes.
That's a comedy though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't do comedies, does he?
He doesn't.
They're all action
He
movies.
doesn't.
like. They're all the fucking same.
Do
The
you
only-
hate
literally
all
all
Nick?
the
The only Nicolas Cage movie that I've watched and liked is The Rock, with Sean Connery.
The only one you like, or the only one you've seen?
I've seen a few. Like. I've seen like Ghost Rider and all.
Why does he get such a bad name?
Don't-
Is there none of his?
He doesn't
films-
even act like he just
Is
makes
there none
the
of
same
his film-
expression all the time. Like
Is there none of his films he's like then?
no, they're all
I
shit.
haven't seen them all, so I agree with what you're saying. I can't give I'm biased, like, but it wouldn't inspire me to like. It wouldn't be like, oh, Nicolas Cage is in that film, I need to watch it.
Absolutely
But
not.
my question was like,
No
what's
way.
your favourite Nicolas Cage movie?
They're all shit.
Do you not like any? What's the worst one you've seen then?
Fucking that one that he goes down under the earth and gets the treasure and shit like.
National Treasure.
National Treasure.
Unreal film. No.
Fuck off. Go down.
National Treasure's good. Like.
It's so cheesy, like it's so that is
It's
such.
a good film though. Like.
No, that what do you call it? The car one is gone in 60 seconds.
It's good. Like.
It's probably his best.
To be
I'd
honest,
say.
Gone in 60 Seconds and The National Treasure's the only two films I've seen that I like. Well, I've seen a good load of them, like, but the only ones I really like. Like.
It just
What's
always
the
cuts to
film?
his face though.
What's
when
the
he's
film?
sober
It's just
and
pure
shit.
like sex in it.
The
Like,
meme-
with Amber Heard and all. I think he's like
Who's
it's like
Amber
a-
Heard?
Amber Heard. You know the
That's what
girl?
Sean
Like she's
Connery.
all over the news at the minute. The girl that
Johnny
Johnny
Depp.
Depp. Yeah, apparently abused Johnny
Pure
Depp.
scrapping.
Yeah. What is it? Nicolas Cage, Amber
Fuck, you have
Heard.
some dirty stuff in your search history.
Jesus Christ.
Drive Angry. It's called.
Drive Angry. Never
Yeah.
seen that one.
But he pure plays like a gangster and all in it, and like there's one scene where he's like him and her pure riding, and people are breaking in, he's shooting them while him and her.
Oh my god!
It's so cringy.
Never break a stride.
Yeah. Stop for nothing.
But yeah, that they're
You made
I was
us
expecting
do
a better reaction.
Shut
than
down.
that.
No, not
Just
not,
shut
not,
down.
not
Any other actor, like.
Fairness, Nicolas Cage. I think that meme just ruined his career, like the one with the hawk on his head. Like.
Yeah, I know that one with his fucking face is like real, like animated and all.
But
with the
why did
white
he
eyes
become?
on.
Why did
Was
he
that the one
become?
where he's out?
Yeah.
Why did he become a meme in the first place?
Because
He's
he's
got
so
a
memeable.
memey face, like.
Nicolas Cage career ruined by
Just
memes.
shouts in the middle of movies and stuff. Like in The Rock, he's like, have to dismantle all these bombs. And you're like, why are you speaking like that? Like, what was the need to like shout?
Nick, why?
Yeah.
What's The Rock?
You've never seen that? It is a good film.
Is
He's
that
in
about
it.
The Rock? Or
So
just The Rock?
basically,
Connor is a good film as well.
Sean Connery's in it. Love Sean Connery. R.I.P. But basically,
He did?
there's
When
like
did he die? Is he dead?
died a while ago.
No, he didn't.
Did he?
Sean Connery.
Mate, that
I've
was
re-
definitely a conspiracy. He's
Were
one of those people who always dies. Like,
Were you at the funeral?
Yeah.
Sean Connery
did you see him in the
died
car?
31st of October 2020. There you go. He's dead. Deceased according to Wikipedia, so I trust that.
I learn something
anyway,
new every day.
so The Rock is basically a film about, Alcatraz in San Francisco. Apparently one of the most like secure prisons ever. So people take hostages of people in Alcatraz, and they've got basically like missiles pointed at San Francisco.
Yeah.
So they need to break into The Rock. While most people are obviously, the big thing is like most people try and break out of it.
So Dwayne Johnson's just lying in the ocean.
No Dwayne Johnson. There's
The
no
actual film.
Oh right,
is,
I get what you're
break
saying,
into
but
Dwayne
they
Johnson.
have to like basically get Sean Connery, who's like the ex-prisoner. He's like the only guy to break out of
Sure, he's
Alcatraz.
dead now.
I know. Well, alright. You'll watch it whenever you go home.
He broke into The Rock, and The
yeah.
Rock was like, "No, you're not."
no,
Just killed him.
no thanks.
So
That's got me thinking. If you were in prison and you had to escape, how would you do it?
Oh mate, I love. Have you ever watched that film, the one with Daniel Radcliffe in it, where he makes like
Harry
the
Potter?
wooden keys?
Uh,
No, if he was Harry Potter, man, he just like
He's just
Expelliarmus out there. Like.
Open the door.
I don't know, like.
Abracadabra.
I would like to think
Woman
I would
Black.
be pure. I think if you were in prison for a while, you automatically would become like really hyper sensitive to like things that you would notice things because there's nothing
Yeah.
else to do. Like all the guards change, like the guards change shift at like such and such, and like the guard Dave goes out for a smoke for 15 minutes and all that.
That's the
there.
thing that I don't get about all these prison break stories, like the time the guards and all. Surely they're not going to do the exact same thing
Don't
every
know.
single day.
If you're not expecting someone to break out,
I'd say they would.
But
Like,
you work in a fucking prison.
to be on a rota though. Like
You hardly come to make donuts, like.
well, why don't
How
you
would you break out, like?
get yourself put in McGabry? And well, it's every prison's different. Like.
Can you imagine they made a big story about someone breaking out of McGabry, like one of those blockbuster films?
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage plays the main character and all.
Pure
Has to do a
la-
Northern Irish accent.
Pure ladder over the gate and all.
His career is being revived.
How would you break out?
Don't know. Like I don't.
You're not giving away any fucking secrets.
TikToks come up all the time. Do you ever see those TikToks? It's like this guy broke out of prison and it's just the
Even a
movies. and-
fucking
Yeah.
I seen one of them yesterday and he just like dug out and it's like to steal all these things and, all,
Yeah.
and you're just like
I seen one. Some guy melted the bars with salsa.
salsa.
Yeah, like
What?
salsa because it's acidic or something.
No,
and
it
it-
was super
I don't
hot
even know what the
sauce.
fucking science is behind it, but whatever it does, it
You
corrodes
got-
the bars.
The extra hot boojum salsa sauce.
Every day he's shoving it in the
He
sauce
just-
and all.
Why are you ordering so much Deliveroo to the prison? No reason.
Just boojum.
Just salsa, no wrap. Like.
Yeah.
Do Alcatraz do boojum? No.
You made us do something interesting last night. Did you do
My
it?
fingers are still stinking from that.
LOL.
Did you do it?
Wow.
Did you do what he asked you to do?
No, I'm joking. I didn't.
So basically, Thomas, explain the story. Explain how this came
One
about.
of my mates sent me like a personality test and he's like, I just
You've mates that aren't us.
Yeah.
Bro.
Unlucky.
Other podcasts that you
I
did.
fucking dare you.
He's like, I done this and it's so like me. It's so spot on. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'll do it. And then I was like, fuck it, I'll send it to you. Because content.
I must admit, I was quite weirded out. by
What was
mine.
your personality type? Let's start off. So, like, just to explain it, it gives you like your personality type and like
Mine's
different
so
things.
far off.
And
Like,
is it actually?
Thanks,
You
yeah.
obviously didn't answer the questions honestly. Then
I did.
you didn't.
I swear to God, I actually did. Like, maybe you thought into it too much. You ever doing these quizzes and you're like, yeah, that's me, and then you like do the next question, you're like, fuck, how long was I honest there? And then you go back and change it to something else.
I
Like,
just flew through them, and then I sent it to Brona, and she is like lying in bed doing it. She's like, what did you say? Like, what is this even
Getting real
mean?
into it, like.
She was proper like.
Yeah, I
going
don't
through,
get
like,
the whole
showing-
like, would you consider yourself this? Because I think it will give you like a biased like. I think you rating yourself. You
I
probably
think
need
if-
someone else there to do
I
it
think
with
if
you.
no, but like if you answer it honestly, like you know.
So,
yourself better.
one thing pissed me off about it was the questions, the way they were worded. They're all like double negatives. Like,
Yeah,
You know what I
like,
mean?
would you consider yourself as someone who doesn't do this?
Yeah.
I consider planning to be
Trying to
a
catch out.
bad part of life or something, and you're like, I thought I was just reading it thinking like I consider planning to be an important part of life, and then when I actually read it, I was like, oh crap.
One part was like, do you plan things out before you do them? And I was like, I know I'm at one end here and Ross is at the complete other end here.
Yeah.
Right. So let's go.
What was your personality type?
Entrepreneur?
Oh, entrepreneur. He'll have this up on LinkedIn tonight. It's like, well,
It says you. Look at me. I graduated. Link in me.
yeah. Well, here, can I just say, I put that up on LinkedIn, and you was it you messaged me about it? You're like, I was thinking about doing that.
No, it wasn't
Then
me.
maybe your personality type is as lazy as shuck water.
That's definitely like
What did you write for the question that I was just saying to him about
Well, to-do
structuring
lists.
things? Yeah.
I said no. I hate doing that. No.
Did you?
Yeah.
I would have thought that would have made you more of an entrepreneur.
No.
Well, on paper, like.
Because Brona done the opposite, and because she loves doing to-do lists. She is like, look at your notes, and I have like 5 notes on my phone, and she's like 400.
Oh, God. So my personality type is an architect.
Oh, plot twist.
Yeah. So architects are imaginative and strategic thinkers with a plan for everything.
No.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
One. What was
I don't have
yours?
a plan for everything though.
What was yours?
As an architect, debater.
Debater. What's that? What's it described as? Go.
Debaters are curious and flexible thinkers who cannot resist an intellectual challenge. That does sort of describe me. Like, but I think as a job type, I wouldn't be.
No, I don't. It's not a job type. It's a
How
personality.
come you got an
type.
architect?
I know, but
It's
it's
just
just,
like
just
the-
how you
Like an
describe
architect,
it.
as in
Like
a designer of
architects,
something
as in
in
like
general.
like so you're an architect. You like plan out and
So
create
pissed off. He's
houses.
like, you're not an architect. He's like, I want
An
to uni for
architect,
4
like whereas
years.
I would be like an architect of life, where I'd like
Wow.
plan
Christ,
everything
get out of your own fucking ass.
Do you know what I mean?
You're
though?
gonna put that on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Done a personality
Architect.
test. I'm architect of life. Going to build an ark here and fucking get all the fucking animals.
Using
on
my
it.
Windows PC to
Right.
log into.
Mine
Google.
said entrepreneurs are savvy, energetic, and very perspective people.
Oh,
who
yeah,
surely
you're
enjoy living on the
You're
edge.
so energetic,
Definitely
so
not.
savvy. I've never met a more energetic person in my life than you. like.
I don't agree with the energetic thing, but I'm so savvy.
What do you think? What did you answer to get energetic? Like? You
I don't
definitely
know.
said as soon as you get a task, you do it. Like,
I don't think so. I can't remember.
that's the only thing I can think energetic.
I can guarantee you, he does not.
These are just raging. These are raging. So he's like, you lied in your test.
I've done 4 years of uni with him. I think I would know. like.
Mind. So what did you get for mind? Look? There's extroverted or introverted.
Introverted.
What do you get?
Slightly more introvert, 53% extrovert, and 47 introvert.
We got 57% extrovert.
I got 50%.
So I'll read
57% introverted.
extroverts, and Ross can read introverts. So extroverted individuals readily enjoy group activities and value social interaction. They tend to be outwardly enthusiastic and express their excitement.
But you do like social interaction. Like you would say, you're always the person to like plan our stuff.
There was one question that was like, out of all your friends, who
Yeah.
was the one who plans everything? I was like, agree.
I was like, disagree strongly. Like, I just show up, bro.
So
Read introverted. then.
introverted is individuals tend to prefer fewer yet deep and meaningful social interactions and often drawn to calmer environments,
I'd agree with that.
which
Would
I
you
think
agree?
spot on because I don't have a lot of friends. So like no,
Wonder why?
I don't have like some people just have so many friends, whereas I would prefer to have like I have used to, and I have like a select maybe 2-3 other people who I wouldn't consider just friends. Like I'm close with them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
As opposed to like in school, like everybody was like friendly with like 17 people. So I get it. I do get it.
You need to spend time on your own for all that
Architecture,
planning,
yeah.
life planning,
Yeah.
crafting.
Building a better universe.
Exactly. But then there was energy.
Yeah.
So what did you get?
There's intuitive and observant. I got observant 67%.
I got intuitive 58, but I think I'm more observant.
I got 58% intuitive.
That's exactly what I got.
Yes,
Like.
used to your what read out then? What's intuitive?
Oh, imaginative, yeah.
I hope this isn't
imaginatively.
You read it out?
I hope this isn't really boring
intuitive
content. Everyone's like, fucking kill me.
Intuitive individuals are very imaginative, open-minded and curious. I suppose that does describe me now. They value originality and focus on hidden meanings and distant possibilities.
I love the way at the start you were like, I don't think this is right, and as we read through it, you're like, that
Well,
does
I
sound
suppose
quite
it is,
like me.
but I would be like a key.
That is me.
Like I would say, if you're asked was I intuitive or observant, I would say I'm observant.
Yeah,
You are observant.
I got observant 67%. Unobservant is observant individuals are pragmatic and down to earth. They tend to have a strong focus on what is happening or very likely to happen. I'd agree with that one.
Yeah.
The next one we have is nature.
Nature.
So there was thinking and feeling. I got thinking 55%.
I got thinking 53%.
Wow.
Thinking
shit.
61.
So we're both all thinking.
I thought
So
it
we
sh-
don't
I
know-
thought I would have got 100% thinking. Like.
We don't know what feeling. 100% thinking. You just think.
No emotionally.
So
Dead
I don't
inside.
know. I don't know what feeling is because we didn't get it. But thinking individuals focus on objectivity and rationality, often dismissing emotions in favor of logic. They tend to see effectiveness as more important than social harmony.
Definitely.
I would agree with
Which
that.
I would agree with, because I would say between the three of us, we all work at separate paces, but we all want to get stuff done. So I would agree with that. But anyway, tactics. I had a whopping landslide in terms of tactics.
So did I. Yeah.
I had 94% judging.
I had the absolute. I didn't have 94%, but I had 78% prospecting.
I had 69 prospecting.
69.
So, do you want to read out prospecting, Jay?
Prospecting individuals are very good at improvising and adapting to opportunities. They tend to be flexible, non-conformist, who value novelty above stability.
I would say that is 100% you.
That is 100%.
You are very flexible in
You're
terms
so
of life.
flexible.
I can fucking suck my own toes.
In terms of life.
Yeah.
What's judging?
Judging is individuals are decisive, thorough, and highly organized.
No, that's
They
not
value clarity, predictability, and closure, preferring structure and planning as opposed to spontaneity.
So
You got judging.
Yeah.
And we got, yeah.
I
that's
got
so
94%
That's all right,
judging.
though.
Like, this thing just turned around and went, yeah, you're not fun at all.
You
like.
planned out this personality test. I was like, sent it in. You're like, fuck, when am I going to fit this in?
I know.
At bedtime in an hour.
You read the fucking 10 it takes approximately 10 minutes and he's like, well, I need to get my fingers warmed up. I need to wipe my screen, so that's going to add another 37 seconds. I need to plan
Yeah.
that
It is
in.
timer. And then that last one was identity. So there was assertive or turbulent. What'd you get? Huh?
Turbulent.
What'd you get?
Assertive, 81%.
Right out assertive there.
Oh my word.
Assertive individuals are self-assured, even-tempered, and resistant to stress.
That's so you. Oh my word.
They refuse to worry too much, yeah, and tend to be self-confident when striving to achieve goals. Yeah, that's spot on.
That's so
I got
you.
turbulent as well. I was
I
like
was
pretty
7.
50-50. I got
I was-
54% turbulent. Huh?
I was
turbulent.
I was 83% turbulent.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Read it
Wow.
there.
Turbulent are individuals who are self-conscious and sensitive to stress. They feel a sense of urgency in their emotions and tend to be success-driven perfectionists and eager to improve.
Yeah, that's about right.
It's pretty spot on. Did you look at the strengths and weaknesses? No.
Yeah, I did. If anybody's listening to this and they feel like you're doing this personality test, I would definitely say do it, because
It's
holy
not a
moly.
sponsor, by the way.
Yeah,
'Cause
they don't sponsor
nobody
us, but
sponsors
oh
us.
my word, like I've never felt so like so many fingers are pointing at me in my life, lah. But like it's spot on, lah. It is spot on.
Have you got the thing? I think the email.
The strengths and weaknesses were pretty accurate as well. Should we go through them, or is this too much? Too
I
much
don't know, because
personality test?
so
I'm
I
enjoying
want to
this,
just
like,
I would like to highlight a few, like, so according to this anyway, their architects are, what was it they said, socially clueless. So they can lead to frustration in their social lives. Their efforts to defy expectations may leave them feeling isolated or disconnected from other people. At times they may become cynical and about the value of relationships altogether.
What's that even mean?
I don't know.
You're
What
fucking
does
dead inside, mate.
It sounds like it does. It means like you want to succeed, so you have no
I
life.
get the whole their efforts to defy expectation may leave them feeling isolated or disconnected, because I think we've all know with me there's been times where I've just like went completely AFK for like 4 days.
One of my weaknesses was impatient.
You are an impatient.
One of them was insensitive.
Yep.
Risk prone was a
Yep.
weakness, but I would say that's a strength.
That's a strength.
Risk prone's a strength.
It's a weakness, but I would say it's a strength. Unstructured.
Yep.
An opportunity. Entrepreneurs see an opportunity to fix a problem, to advance, to have fun, and seize a moment, often ignoring rules and social expectations in the process. This may get things done, but it can create unexpected social fallout.
Yeah, 100%. You are impatient. You're probably one of the most impatient people I've ever met.
I know.
But it's weird with you because that thing sums you up very well, because you could just be like sitting and the next minute you'll just be like, right, we need to get this done, and you're like, whoa, where did this come from? You've sat there for like 5 minutes.
I think he's noticed it most in restaurants. Like I get so fucked off when it takes so long to get food. Like when the people take ages to come down and take your order and stuff. I'm just like that's the joke. Like.
Yeah.
That wouldn't really bother me too much. Like.
Thomas only orders it 5 minutes or 5 minutes ago. Why is this not here?
It's not even that. It's like when people don't come down and take your order, come and take it. Like it's obviously different in bars and all, but like if you're in a restaurant and they're like things like you finish your drink and you're waiting ages to get another drink and shit like that. Like.
Yeah, well, I noticed that even there the other night, whenever us three were out, like I literally sitting for like 2 minutes and you turned around and went, are you going to get another drink? And I was like, oh my god, like I've only finished the one I have. You're like, you going to go up and get another drink?
But yeah, that's that.
That's us summed up in a nutshell.
I got debater.
Debater?
Just about what it is. Quick-witted, unaudacious. Debaters aren't afraid to disagree with the status quo. In fact, they're not afraid to disagree with pretty much anything or anyone. She things light up people with this personality type. If would be like, that is so fucking true.
Well,
such an argumentative cunt. About me, like.
Yeah.
Personality type more than a bit verbal, sparring. And if the conversation veers to controversial terrain, so much the better.
Controversial?
See, I would say when dealing with the both of you are both like, you tend to in certain topics like stick your horns in and you're like, no, we're doing this and I'm like, why? And we're doing it. There's no like, you can be very stubborn, but you're very patiently stubborn, whereas you're more outwardly stubborn. Yeah. Where you'd be like, no, we're not doing this, whereas you'd be like, nah, I'm not fussed. You know what I mean?
Your answer is always like, I don't mind.
Yeah, whatever. No bother.
I'll just show up.
But yeah, the last thing we're going to talk about is did you see the whole Richard Madeley thing on Good Morning Britain? Everyone's comparing it to the film Don't Look Up.
Yeah. Is this the climate girl or the oil girl?
Yeah.
That was weird.
She came on and was proper like, this is a huge issue. This is causing global warming and all. And Richard Madeley is like, like Richard and Judy. Like.
Yeah, he sort of tried to take the piss of it.
He was basically like, but like trying to make out as if she's just like a spite little girl and making a whole big fuss out of nothing. Like.
Yeah. There was parts of it where he sort of did have a point though.
I think
they did blow it out of proportion, because it wasn't as if you just watched the whole clip. Like, it was all like clips.
I think
together,
like when it was showing them protesting at the actual aisle places and stuff, you're sort of like they're just doing their job. Like, you can sort of get it, and then, but like it was just the way he went on, as if like
it's how you
trying
came
to
across more so
disregard
than
it.
anything. But she did also have good counterpoints as well.
She was a smart young woman.
Did she stay quite calm?
No, I think she was getting pissed off at him, which was fair enough, because he was proper. Like, he was being so arrogant that like you're just sort of making a mountain out of a molehill type of thing.
Could you imagine Piers Morgan rattling at her?
I would have thought he would have been a lot more like he
reserved,
like not as. It's just the way it was going on. It was like so. Like I can see why it was compared to Don't Look Up. It was like when they go in the president and they're like, this is gonna kill everyone, and then she's just like, whatever. Like.
Yeah. But what will life be like in 2050? Like, do you ever actually just stop and think about
this is
that
a
and
good
be
question
like
to be like,
when like what will happen in 10 years time?
how
Like,
do you expect things to be in 10 years' time?
I don't
Question.
know. I
Start
genuinely,
off with cars, like.
cars,
Oh,
electric,
I think
self-driving.
I think electric scooters and bikes are going to become a big thing, like, or especially around cities and stuff. Like.
I doubt the whole hovercraft thing will come about. Like, that's just a heap of
There's
daunting.
no
And why would you do
There's
that?
no practicality to it, really. Like.
Yeah.
I think hydrogen will eventually surpass electric if electric doesn't like get to a point where you can charge your car.
I think
like
someone just needs to get it right. Like I think, like realistically, if
Hydrogen's- the trucks are all
Elon, if
Elon Musk.
Elon, where you at, bro?
Elon's evil brother, but if he was to come out and be like, yeah, I've this hydrogen thing thought out, like, everyone would just be like, bye.
I know. That's all.
Do you know, it just takes
That's
one
all
person
it
to
is.
do it.
Like, if it's well fucking.
What about
marketed? Like,
what about phones? Like, what way do you think phones will be? Like? I seen a thing, it was mad, and they were talking about like when the iPhone came out, like things like the iPhone had that everyone was like, holy shit! Like the iPhone having a camera on the front of it was one of them.
I think they're very much pushing for infinity display on phones to the point where I think it'll be like I genuinely do think it'll just be like a square case and it lights up in the middle and it's all like motion censored. I don't know if it'll
But like,
actually be a screen.
what's the benefit of that? Like?
I think it's just more for like, well, the thing is, it would be very stupid for companies to do that because if you take away like the actual components and there's nothing to break. So like, you know, you think how much is like Apple making on repairs.
You worked in car phone warehouse.
Like it's pretty stupid, and plus the more like they're actually making phones harder to like repair. So like that's one thing we know. It's like whenever I was like 16, like I worked in a shop and repaired phones, like iPhone 5Cs. Like I done
repaired phones?
Yeah, I done them in school.
Yeah.
Like I ordered screens off eBay.
Wee hustler,
and
man.
fixed them for like 50 quid, and the screens cost me 20.
You're gonna be like on a business podcast in 10 years, being like, I remember when I was in primary school, hustling fixing
away,
phones.
yeah.
Like.
But
fix Nokia's.
it was really easy. It was literally 2 screws at the bottom. Off you pop, unscrewed everything and put it on. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. But you see now,
Was this an iPhone back then?
like iPhone 5C, where it changed was the iPhone 5S with a fingerprint scanner. Then you had to like copy stuff across.
A fingerprint was
Yeah.
massive as
Yeah.
well. But
Even
like, you know what's
face.
but that was like a couple of years ago.
So right, mate, this is what I want to ask you, is right? How mad is it, right, when you actually do think about it? The other night, I had like a beanie on, no glasses. Like my appearance was different from like what you would normally see me now. Phone recognised me. I give it him a
that
tap.
pisses me off
Didn't
too, though.
recognise him.
Do you know why that
How?
pisses me off? Because I think some days I be looking extra fine and it recognises me. I'm like, no ballet, that's me. And I wake up some mornings looking like shit and it still recognises me. I'm like, oh, fuck you.
Should start
Good
sending
anyway.
emojis like a wee kissy face when you look good. When your phone unlocks, like.
Give you like a 10 out of 10 or
Do
something.
you think like with Apple Pay and stuff, like how you can not get any more advanced? Like?
See, they
think
started
people will have,
implanting
like-
chips into their hands
Yeah,
now.
that's what I was gonna say. Do you think people will start having like chips and shit? Like?
No, because at least, you know, them fucking skimmer cunts who come around and like try and top your back pocket, like,
Yeah.
fuck there.
Does
Like,
that
you
work?
can't cut off your hand and leave it in the house, like.
Yeah, that's true. Like.
But things will have to be trial and error. Like you even look at the Apple AirTags, and now people are getting them dropped. At like we were in a car the other day. We were going from work to out for dinner, and there was a girl in our car, and Aaron, my mate, had an AirTag on his keys. She dropped her car off at her house, and we came and picked her up. And she got in the back seat, and her phone flashed up and was like, "There's an AirTag traveling with you."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh my word!" Like, and we were like, "No, it's Aaron's." But like, there has been people online who've been like people have actually slipped it. Like, and as soon as you phone the police, they're like, "Drop your belongings and go." Like,
That's what's it's happened. I think pretty sure it's happened to celebrities and stuff. But that I don't think that was always the case. That notification, because it happened to people were like putting them in girls' purses and stuff and like following them.
weird.
See, that's the thing too, like, there'll probably always be a way to counteract these things. Like, I know I was saying earlier with the hand thing, like, I'm sure there'll be a way of unlocking it or something. You touch your thumb or something so you could then use it.
Sure, now like I think you're able to like control some of your Apple Watch or like fingerprint.
Have you seen the thing you can do if you've got a phone and an iPod? If you go like that and pinch your phone and go on the iPod and go like,
Oh, I've seen that.
AirDrop.
It's fucking mad, like.
But like, where do you think the line will draw when it comes to technology?
I think whenever people's
because like when you
It's
think
going.
of the information that everyone has,
Do you know what I think it'll
crazy,
be?
like.
You won't have a phone, it'll all be in your head.
like a
You'd
chip.
be able to use
chips.
your phone from your head. Like.
I seen a guy
That's weird.
on TikTok. He was like in uni and he had like just put on a pair of glasses and like there was a wee screen in front of him with a keypad, but like the glasses were ugly as fuck looking. Like.
I think you'll just be able to think it what you want to do.
I think like that could be as far as it goes. Like where it'll be like him wearing his glasses and he'll just be able to like bring up whatever he wants. Like.
Is Elon Musk not working on technology at the minute? Or
He's working on something you put in your head, like,
Yeah.
and you can download stuff on that. No,
I think that might catch on. Like.
but that's scary. Like.
But like the only thing with that, the glasses and shit, like you're gonna look like a bollocks if you're sitting on somewhere and start fucking typing like this here.
I know.
Whereas if it's just all mind controlled, you could just walk down the street and no one even knows you're sending a message. Like.
I know, but
I'm scared. Well, I just think after interviewing your boy Johnny from like the NFT guy, like he like the whole metaverse thing even is so weird, but like so interesting at the same time. Like.
I think it'll be a good 10 years before something actually really happens there. Like.
Yeah.
I think it's not really immersive, and I went on to it after we had that podcast with him, and it's not like it's basically like playing Minecraft or a sandbox game. Like,
I think they
at the
need to
moment,
scrap
but
the whole VR thing because it's
Yeah.
just not like no one
It's
is
too
going to
much,
sit.
like.
Like when you think of like the PlayStation or whatever, you'll sit and play that for hours, but like you're not going to stand with a headset on and just
yeah,
do it for
if
hours.
it's done
you know?
right. Whereas like say your glasses or something like that, where it's just a light device where you can just throw on. It's not a whole big fucking job of setting it up and all that shit. Then it
Mhm.
might, I think, become something.
Let us know what you think if you're listening to
Ross
this
is
now.
on if you're shit fit because the guest is coming in
guest
like
is coming
3
in now.
minutes. But yes, good to be back.
Let us know what you think. Anything you discussed, take the personality test. Let us know what you got, and
Let
if
us
you,
know personality.
yeah, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow us and all that stuff. And reviews. Thomas is like, we need to get more reviews.
We actually have got more. I was checking. So
have
like,
we?
Yeah, on
God
Spotify,
bless.
definitely. So go
Oh
follow
yeah, I
us.
have a bit of bad news for you before I go. My hard drive corrupted.
What's
I've
that mean?
lost everything.
What do you mean you've lost everything?
All our here's the crack.
I know, but that's not.
And you tell us
it's
this
not,
now?
It's not an issue, is it?
I've no intro, so I'm gonna have to redo it.
Are you fucking?
I
serious?
think
Sure,
I've
can you
stored it
not-
on the drive. I think.
Can
it's
you
stored on
not
the
rip it
drive.
off
You
like a
can cut
YouTube
it out
video?
of the YouTube video.
This might be a bit dodgy, but you know me, I'm quite a perfectionist. So
Yeah.
like that.
Clearly, fucking not.
But
What?
But nothing.
Seagate are offering free warranty. They're going to give me a new hard drive, and they're going to try and recover my data for free. So if you ever have a hard drive that
Nice.
crashes from Seagate,
Seagate
if
sponsor.
If all of our old podcast material gets
So-
leaked, we're sued.
but I had a look at it, and it was like, you may have to wait up to 6 months for this to come back. So
Well, the good job
Next year.
is
Find out next year.
Holy crap. Yeah,
Well,
thanks
we're
very
all
much for
about
listening.
Yeah, like, follow, subscribe to Apple Music and all that.
See you in the next episode.
Bye.
bye.